Hey, everyone. I am super excited to be here to talk to you guys today. Let me introduce myself. My name is Rachel Harshfield. I am a three-time elite coach, 9-star diamond, and I've been a Beachbody coach for 3.5 years. And I came into this with a background in nutrition, but I really didn't know. I knew I wanted to build a business, but I really didn't know how I was going to do this. I watched a lot of people on Facebook and I thought, you know what? I can do Facebook. My husband and I still laugh about the day where he was standing in that doorway. My computer used to be over there and he was standing in that doorway and he said to me, "Sweetheart, I wish there was a way that you can learn how to make money." He used to call Facebook Wastebook on Wastebook because you love wasting your time on Facebook reading about everyone else's life and interacting with other people. Too bad you can't figure out a way to make money on this on Wastebook. Then it wouldn't be such a waste of your time. And I thought, whatever, it's fun for me. I have family overseas, so it was a really good way for me to connect with them because they were all on Facebook. And so it was just a place for me to talk to my family, talk to my cousins, share some fun pictures of my kids and what we were doing and adventures and see what other people were doing. And of course, there was always controversial stuff. And I am at that point, at that time, I was like, hey, yeah, I'll get into this conversation. Or, oh yeah, I'll have a debate with somebody. And realizing now in hindsight, looking back, I thought that was probably wasting my time on Facebook. But I learned, and I'm going to teach you guys today, show you guys, maybe just expose you guys to a different way of looking at Facebook, because there are so many different social media networks that you guys can choose from. I mean, there's Twitter, there's Pinterest, there's obviously Instagram, there's Snapchat, which I broke up with. Snapchat and I had a very volatile relationship. I was like, listen, we need to talk. So I did break up with Snapchat, but I do love their filters and wish Instagram would develop some more filters that are as fun as Snapchat. But and then there's Instagram, and and then there's Facebook. And Facebook was one of those things for me that I was already established there, and I hadn't really established myself with Instagram. I didn't really understand Instagram that much, but I still was growing over there. And I have a very nice following on Instagram now, but Facebook is still my home base. And I know that a lot of coaches do things differently, but for me, Facebook is where I can really dig in and get to know people and to really build relationships. And I didn't feel so intimidated with Facebook because I didn't feel like I had to have these beautiful Insta-worthy pictures like I do on Instagram. Now that there's Insta stories and there's Facebook stories, it's totally changed the whole game for me because I love doing stories. I think they're so fun and they're very interactive. And I actually love doing stories on both networks. And so that's a completely different story, but I want to just give you the basics of Facebook today. I want to give you guys some things that you can take away as a brand new coach. How can you guys leverage Facebook in a way that is going to benefit your business and help you grow your brand? So what I'm going to take you to my Facebook page, and I'm not going to talk to you guys today about Facebook like pages. Sorry, my hair keeps getting in my face. I'm going to talk to you guys about just your actual Facebook page, what it should look like, how it should represent you, and ways that you can build your network on Facebook without feeling intimidated and without feeling like, you have to, one up anybody. It's not about likes. It's not about any of that stuff, you guys. It's really, truly about you just putting yourself on Facebook in a very positive way and giving people who come to your page a reason to come back. So let's take a look at Facebook. I'm going to share my screen with you guys and show you guys some tips and tricks that I have used in the last 3.5 years that has allowed me the freedom to grow my business from home. And also, I've grown a business on Facebook. 95% of my business, I would say, from social media comes from Facebook. I might bring them over to from Instagram onto Facebook, but guys, my Facebook is where I live. I'm going to turn off my chat box because if I don't, I will get a lot of messages. Where is it? Turn off chat options. This is what I do, guys, when I do a power hour too. I should have already had it off, but I didn't. So I'm going to turn that off. So this is closed. So even if I do get messages, they won't come through. So let's go to Facebook, your actual page. This is where it all starts. And guys, when I first started as a coach, I had, like I said, 300, 400 friends, not a lot. It was just my family and close friends, high school friends, college friends, but nothing, people from church, but nothing really broad like it is now, okay? One of the things that you want to do, your very first thing that you want to do is make sure that your profile picture is you. You want it to be you. You want it to be a clear picture of you. You want it to be a picture of you smiling, something warm, something inviting, because those people who don't know you or maybe don't know you very well, or maybe you know them, but they maybe haven't seen you for a really long time, you want them to be able to identify who you are. This is the first time someone's going to see you. And a lot of times, if your picture is not clear and they don't really know who you are and they can't get a good vibe, they won't even friend request. They won't accept your friend's request. And so if it's somebody that you want to get to know, you want to make sure that their first look of you is a good, is just a good example of who you are and what it is that you want your brand to represent. In your cover photo, you want it to be a great picture of, again, your life. It's a larger picture. It's a more wider view, and I like to use that as like a wider view, so you're getting a wider interpretation of who you are. So that's where I include my family. So I've got a picture of my husband and I, and my kids and my dog. And then over here, it kind of reiterates who I am. I love Jesus. I've got my family is important to me, my health, nutrition, and fitness. And then on the side over here, it's just a little picture of me, just kind of, again, tying it all together, tying that this is my family, this is my life, this is kind of what I'm about. I put in the description that I am a DTR, NS, and NS and SN. And I wrote over here a little description. Welcome to my personal page. This is if you're looking for my health and fitness page, and we'll get into that, it's a whole different training, but I did attach my health and fitness page that they can go to here. But this is just kind of a welcome, like, hey, thanks for stopping by type of thing, okay? So let me click out of that. When you come over here to your intro, I did not put Beachbody directly in my intro, okay? It does say I'm a 3-time 9-star nutrition, health, and fitness coach, but I didn't coin the word Beachbody. And the reason why is I didn't want people to think that I was trying to sell them something when I was really just trying to get to know them. So I was very, very careful with what words I used when I put on who I am in my online description of who I am and my intro. I put where I studied. I put in here kind of what it is that my page is all about. What are people going to find when they come to your Facebook page? Like, what are they going to see? Are they going to see a lot of stuff with dogs? Are you into photography? Are you a new mom? Are you pregnant right now? Are you a runner? I mean, like, what are the things that you are into? Who are you? And what are 5 or 6 describing words to you that for other people to be able to see what it is that you're all about? Again, these are not people like your family and your relatives and close friends and neighbors and whatnot. This is people who, you're going to send a friend request to, or maybe come to your page because you posted something on their friend's wall and they want to know who you are. Okay, so make sure that in this intro, you put something cute and fun, and who exactly are you? These pictures right here, you can kind of intertwine these pictures. They're just pictures that get tagged to your wall, and I change these out periodically. I haven't changed them out for a while, and I probably need to. Down below here, you can add in your Instagram handle. You can do a Linktree handle. I highly, 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 highly recommend Linktree, you guys. Linktree is awesome. It's where you can link all of your people together. You can put all of all your social media platforms that you are inside of this little Linktree. You can also do, if you are into Google Docs, contact me forms that you can just kind of cut, paste, and put them inside of any kind of a message. So this is a really great platform to use, and it's free, and I love Linktree, and I link everything to it, like all my academies and everything that I do, I put it inside of my Linktree. So that's inside of here as one of the websites that they can get in touch with me by, okay? So I'm going to scroll down because some of these are newer posts, and I'm just going to show you how I, when you do have, or if you do have a secondary business page, you guys, you can link it to your Facebook page. And that's another really great way for you to be able to interact with both pages, your personal and your business, if you do have a business page. But I'm going to scroll down to a couple of posts for you. So this one right here, let's just look at this one. So how I post, you guys, is I make sure that when I am posting on Facebook that I have three things, okay? I have something that's engaging once a day, have something that's going to engage with somebody. I like to engage my audience. I want to talk to people. You know, I want them to feel like my page is social and not just all about me. So I try to make sure that I have something that's going to interact, something that's going to bring people in. My other post that I'll do is something of offering. I like to offer someone something, like whether it's a recipe or advice, or, you know, even if it's just words of affirmation. So I want to engage, I want to offer, and then I want to share. And that share part is me. Who am I? What do I do? Whether it's my health or my fitness or whatever. So when you come to my page, you're always going to find an interact, an offer, and a share. So this right here is an interact. And it was from a few days ago because I had posted about the cotton candy grapes that I had bought from the store, and literally were gone within 3 hours. And so I found these at Costco, and you know, I don't post so much for likes as I do for comments and for interaction. This one right here, again, this is kind of a share, you know, like, hey, don't judge me. I'm having one of those days. But this also shows a little bit of my personality, and it shows a little bit of kind of who I am, and that I'm silly sometimes. But it also shows that I'm drinking something. And a lot of times I'll get people who don't know who I am will be like, what the heck are you drinking, girl? It's a big enough cup for you. So you're sharing, you're showing, you're interacting, you're being positive, you're kind of being silly, you're showing a little bit of yourself. But what I really love about it is that it is kind of a book. You are able to create whoever you are within Facebook. And you know, when people interact, I always try to respond, or I'll at least give them a like or a comment back if it's necessary. Like if it's just like, oh my gosh, girl, you're funny, I might just give them like a laugh, or, you know, a heart or whatever. But if it's something more like, you know, what's in there, or, you know, like, I don't even know what I responded here. Let's see what I responded. Oh, that needs some alcohol in it. And I said, well, that's going to come later. Again, just showing a little bit more of my personality. I don't know this person very well, so she's putting herself out there and interacting with me, so I'm going to interact back with her, right? So that is also going to help build your affinity within Facebook. It also keeps people coming back to your page and staying and following you, because that you're showing your personality and you're engaging with people, and you're letting people know, like, hey, this is me. I'm silly, I'm funny, and I can interact with you too. Again, words of affirmation sometimes are really good. And I find like that kind of it can be inundated sometimes in all of our social media. So I don't do it very often, but I do sometimes. This is another really good thing, you guys, to keep in mind, is you want to make sure that your posts up here are short. I have found from a lot of just my own personal trainings that I've done on Facebook is that people don't read a lot. If you don't engage with them within the first 10 sentences, sometimes 5, they'll just keep scrolling. So if you make it short and sweet, and if your point, if you do have more to say, have those first 5 to 10 sentences be something of engagement, something that's going to bring the reader in and keep them there. But if it's just a cute little picture of my dog, it's going to be really short and sweet, like, because that face is so cute, right? So and then people share their dog stuff. I mean, I want people to come to my page and interact with me. I want to get to know them, and I want them to get to know me. You know, this one here is another really good one, just interacting with people. This is more of a share and an interact, sharing my life, and I'm also interacting with them because, you know, you get text messages from your teenagers sometimes, and this is what they send you. This is not really my daughter. It's one of my really good friend's daughters, my daughter's best friend. That's my daughter. But, you know, again, just interacting, talking with people. You know, is your picture really out there in public? Yes, it is. And so, again, just kind of going through. Here's the original post of cotton candy grapes. Okay, I got so many people interacting and talking about this because it was gone within 3 minutes, and then I followed back up with this post here. So again, it's kind of keeping my audience engaged and keeping them coming back. And that's really important. It's a really important opportunity for them to see kind of that I'm here, I'm very active. And if you post and you share on my page, or you come and you talk to me on my page or on my Facebook, I'm going to talk to you and interact and engage with you back. Okay. So by doing all of this on my Facebook page and just keeping my Facebook page very active, very interactive and active and all that other good stuff, okay? I do share from my health and fitness page, you guys, and I do get a lot of interaction from my health and fitness page, and so I do put that over here, but my interaction on my health and fitness page is different than my interaction on my Facebook page. I don't know people as well on my health and fitness page because it's more of a worldwide kind of platform. So again, just talking this, and when I do something like this, you know, confidence, I'll buckle it up with something that there's a message in there, and it's a strong picture and it's a message, and I'm sharing with them, you know, how I feel about confidence, you know, being confident in who you are and being beautiful and you're strong and you can overcome. And ladies, if we come together, we can really overcome. So I'm sharing, I'm interacting, and I'm offering. So those are, whenever I make a post, I make sure that I have all those things kind of buckled up, right? And it's also sharing who I am. You know, I'm wearing a cute little Beachbody shirt, and they can tell that, you know, I happen to like health and fitness. I got a sports bra on. You know, it's a very interactive picture. There's a lot of things going on in it without it having a lot of things going on in it. So people can interact with me, and they do. And my groups do a really good job of interacting with me. So I just want to show you, let me scroll down. So here's a great picture of my family, right? So a family picture, lots of, you know, there's lots of smiles. This is definitely just to share who I am. So what I might do in a picture like this, if I'm looking to interact with people, is I like to look to see who has liked the picture, okay? So I'll go through, and like the first few, like these are my Beachbody peeps, right? And I keep going through, and then I will make a list of people who are not Beachbody related, right? So if they're not coaches, maybe they're family, maybe they're friends. And what I find really interesting, you guys, is how many of the same people keep coming back to my page over and over and over and over and over again. This is data that I'm able to collect, right? So as I'm collecting this data, I'm able to go to their pages and see what they're up to. For example, let's go to Ryan Hager's page. I mean, I haven't been to his page for a while. So let's see, let's go to his actual page, not our mutual friends. But you know, I haven't been to his page for a while. So let's see if he's posted anything recently that I haven't seen. He has. Okay. So I can like that. And is he with Christine? Oh no, that's Christy. So again, I can see who he's with. I know how many friends I have. That's Christine Hager. That's down here on the bottom. And, you know, his wife, and I can say happy late birthday, you know, whatever. And now I'm interacting too. Okay. So what that does is it shows him that I'm interacting. It will give him, you know, interaction with me too, even though it's been 4 days or 5 days or a week since he posted that. It's still showing interaction, like, hey, happy birthday. I know I'm a little late, you know, whatever. So I'm just showing you guys how I do that. And I do that with all of my posts that have, you know, interaction on them. Let's just go to my main picture so I don't have to scroll down each time. And guys, I'll go through and I'll pick pictures that had a lot of interaction, and I will build my list from that. So for example, this was all when we were in Mexico. Let's take this picture right here. It had a lot of interaction on it, right? So I'll take these likes. And again, I'm going through and making my list. It's kind of like Santa Claus. You make a list, you check it twice. The people that come up on top are always the people that I'm most in contact with, okay? Like I know all those people, and there's a lot of corporate people in here, so I know who it is that I'm talking to. It's the people that are down here as you start to build that you want to have relationships with. Because if there's 350 people that have seen this picture, like this picture, there's probably a lot more people that saw it, right? And they took the time to stop by and to like it. So my job is to interact with them. So as I'm going through and getting to, you know, getting to people who I would like to interact with. What have you been up to? Because you don't see everything. I did see this one. but you're not going to see everything on Facebook because there's so many people on Facebook that you're not going to be able to see it all. How you build your friends, I'm going through a little quickly just because for time reasons, I can talk about this all day long and that would absolutely bore you guys. But how I find my friends is I will go through and hit find friends, okay? And I will look and see who are friends of friends. So I have people who have sent me friends requests and, I can go through there, but a lot of times it's just searching for friends of friends and finding friends. Because that is a great way for you to build if you're searching for friends. And sometimes they'll come up on the bottom, and I don't know why I can't see it right here. But sometimes it comes up on the bottom where it shows you suggested friends. And if I see, you guys, if I see that I have a suggested friend that has over like 14 or 15 mutual friends, I'm like, okay, if we're not Beachbody people that are mutual friends, we're friending each other. Like I'm sending you a friend's request. That's kind of my threshold. So I'll look, and even if it's 10, I'll look at who those 10 people are that we have mutual friends in common. And if it's someone that I know really well, if there's one person in there that I know really well, we're friends. So I'll send them a friend's request. So that's kind of how I've done that. And honestly, you guys, it's so easy because if they're starting to follow you and you're posting consistently, you're sharing something, you're offering something, and you're just being more present on your social media and inside of Facebook, you're gonna show up more. It's just like Instagram, but it's a little different because it's more intimate. You're like really getting a look inside of somebody's life. Facebook's algorithms change all the time. And so I'm constantly looking to see, and they don't really want a lot of businessy posts. And because they can see if you're doing a business post, they're going to kind of put it down on the feed. And so how do you get away from that? How do you kind of rebuttal that if you're wanting to share more about your business? It's kind of like how I just did with that picture of my husband and I were, in Mexico on a vacation, with Beachbody, and we're at the elite party. And I don't remember what my comments were, but that's really important to you. Oh, I didn't want to end it. Like, what am I doing? Let me share. You want to make sure that what you say inside of your comments, you guys, is not work related. That's super duper important, because if it is, Big Brother reads it and they're gonna put it down on the bottom of the pile. Where did it go? Okay, let's see what I wrote in there, because I don't even know. Oh, something super simple. My handsome date to the elite reception, celebrating an amazing and strong 3-time top elite team. Super simple. Tagged my mother, my mom, and my father-in-law. Easy. Nothing that Facebook would look at this, because it was a celebration reception. So they won't look at that and be like, oh, we're poo-pooing that, right? Any of these or all of these are kind of like the same, where I've just kind of said the same things in general, like, this one here. Oh, I was tagged on my timeline. I was going to say that one didn't. Oh, some of these I put them in like groups of 3, right? This one here was the Coach Life. It's a Good Life. Again, it's about me and somebody else to tag. It's about me and my business. It is. And it's also could be a picture of me and my friends. So I didn't make it a huge, like long, lengthy thing. I just said, hey, Coach Life, it's a good life. Why are you tripping? And again, that's going to allow me to have interaction. And when I do click on that interaction, I want to see who is it? How many are my Beachbody friends? So I get past, my Beachbody, and here we are. Now we're in like non-Beachbody land, right? So I'm seeing how many people from non-Beachbody people are coming in here, liking and seeing my stuff. And every time that they like something or comment on something, it does go up in the algorithm. Commenting is more than likes, but sometimes it's likes, and it really depends. It depends on the post, depends on the time of day. It depends on, on how you're posting. But if you were to look at my posts are very consistent, with who I am, what I do. I mean, here's a very simple, brunch with this guy. Again, short, easy. Facebook likes that. They are fine with that. And they will let it come up in the feed as much as you want. Again, wearing my jacket and sharing about that, and just, like, hey, this was a little longer and I noticed that my numbers were a little lower. So you just kind of have to play with it a little bit and kind of see where your threshold is. When I do a shake post, you guys, again, it's always very, very short. Nothing really big. I try not to put too much emphasis in it. I don't highlight it. I do a lot of fitness posts, you guys, and it's okay. This is from my health and fitness page. It came over from my health and fitness page. Most of my health and fitness, my healthy and fitness stuff comes over from my health and fitness page, but it's still on my page. And so I'm sharing from both, and people can really tell, like, okay, I don't do anything that's like, hey, come join my team, but clearly I'm a coach. Clearly I'm into health and fitness. Clearly I'm into my family. Clearly I love food and recipes and health. And guys, this is just how I've built my entire, business on Facebook. And I love it. I love that it allows me to show people what I want them to see. I will tell you guys this, because Instagram is such a huge platform, I am very reluctant to put my kids on there. I've got like 34,000 followers on Instagram, and I don't want to post my kids on Instagram. My kids' friends are also on Instagram, and they all follow me. So maybe every once in a while I might put like a family picture up, but for the most part, I'll highlight them in my stories. But on my main page of my Instagram, it's really just about my health, my fitness, my health, my fitness, my health, my fitness. I don't feel comfortable enough to share my whole life. You know what I mean? Whereas on Facebook, because I can interact and be a little bit more intimate, I feel more comfortable. On my health and fitness page, I don't share my kids because, again, it's a more wide variety of people, and I don't feel comfortable putting my kids out there where it's going to be, it's going to expose them. And that's just my personal preference. And I know everyone's very, very different. Some people are very comfortable with it. That's awesome. I'm just not. And my kids, being teenagers now, they're kind of like, okay, mom, like, can I see which picture you're going to post of me, before you post it? Because, that guy I have a crush on, like, might see it and I might be mad that you posted it. I mean, they're not babies anymore where they're, cutesy and they can run around in their diapers and their little chubby feet and you just want to eat them up because they're just delicious. If I put a picture of my son's feet up on Instagram, I think people would be like, okay, I don't need to see a picture of your son's feet. So it's just different. You know what I mean? So again, on Facebook, on my personal page, I'm able to do that and I feel more comfortable and people can kind of get a deeper kind of look at who I am. Whereas on Instagram, it's very kind of business on my page. And then in my stories, I love doing stories. Stories is fun. I think it's great. So anyway, I've talked a long time. I hope that kind of gives you guys a little insight on how I built my business on social media, and how on Facebook, to be more specific. And I really do hope that, the algorithms don't get to the point where it makes it impossible, because my interaction, it is work and it is a choice to go in there and to work your business. And when I work my business on Facebook, like I said, I turn off everything. I focus on, building relationships and talking to people, but I never ever, this is really important too, and then I'll stop talking, but I never ever share directly about my challenge groups or cost. If you look on there, you'll never see a Beachbody, like I'm not holding up a sign. I'm not like, drink my shake, kissing the cup. I don't do that. I'll hold it. But the focus is not on the shake. It focuses on what I'm talking about or whatever is going on around me. But the shake is not the focal point, but it's there. It's kind of muted. They call that breadcrumbing. I breadcrumb a lot, bringing my fitness stuff over. I'm not holding, the programs. I don't hashtag the programs. I hashtag fitness stuff, not on Facebook, but on Instagram. But I don't talk about unless someone says, what program are you doing? Then I'll say, oh, well, I'm doing 80-day obsession, or I'm doing, Shift Shop. Oh, well, what's that? Oh, it's one of the programs, one of my at-home gym programs. Have you ever heard of it? No, I haven't. Oh, I'll message you some information if you want. Yeah, sure. Send me a message. So it's that conversation. They're used to having conversations with me. So if I say, oh yeah, I'm doing this, and you never heard of it? No, I've never heard of it. Oh, if you want, I'll send you some information. I can DM you some information. Yeah, please do. And then I do, or private message you, because that's Facebook lingo. But I don't talk about it on the page. And the reason is I don't want to have a big dialogue, because not everyone has had a positive experience with Beachbody products. And so I don't want the dialogue in there. I want it to be one-on-one. Now it's personal. Now you've asked me a personal question. You know, girl, how'd you get your abs? Now you're asking me a personal question. So I'm going to take this, because it's a very personal question between you and I, and we're going to talk about it in a private room. But right now on my Facebook page, we can interact all day long. We can tell jokes and all this. But when you're asking me something more specific that is about you and about me, then we're going to talk about it just you and I. So that's kind of my philosophy on that as well. Okay. I hope this helps you guys. If you're a brand new coach, I hope you love this business, because this business is amazing. This network is amazing. And this team is awesome. And I hope that you grow your business and you just love it as much as I do, and that you can look back 3 years from now and say, you know what? I am so glad that I stuck this out. I'm so glad that I committed to this. I'm so glad that I decided to make this change in my life and to commit to this process, because I cannot imagine my life not coaching. And that's really how I feel. I can't imagine my life without this network. I can't imagine my life without all of you, because it's been such an amazing interaction with all of you guys. And if you love getting to know people and you love just being able to, as my husband says, be on social media, then be on social media, and why not make a little bit of money while you're doing it? So, all right, guys, I will talk to you later. Thank you again for letting me share with you guys. I hope you guys are having a great day. Bye.